Dolores Hart, born Dolores Hicks on October 20th, 1938 in Chicago, Illinois, grew up in a family that deeply valued creativity, discipline, and moral integrity. Raised in the Catholic faith, her upbringing was grounded in the importance of community, family, and self-reflection. From an early age, Dolores exhibited a strong sense of discipline, compassion, and an inclination toward meaningful work. Her education at Mundelein College in Chicago, a liberal arts institution for women, further developed her academic and artistic interests, eventually guiding her toward a career in acting. Her early life, marked by both structure and emotional depth, laid the foundation for the unique path she would carve in Hollywood. The blend of faith and creativity she experienced during her childhood became an important part of her identity, influencing not only her career choices but also her eventual life-changing decisions. Dolores Hart's meteoric rise in Hollywood. Dolores Hart's rise in Hollywood was swift and impressive. Signing a contract with Paramount Pictures, she soon became a well-known name, celebrated for her poise and screen presence. With a beauty that radiated elegance and warmth, she found herself starring alongside some of Hollywood's most iconic names, including Elvis Presley in films like Loving You, 1957, and King Creole, 1958. These films highlighted her natural talent and the undeniable chemistry she shared with Presley. Critics and audiences alike praised Hart for her ability to bring sincerity, warmth, and emotional depth to her roles. Her portrayal of complex characters made her one of the rising stars of the era, establishing her as a household name in the late 1950s. Despite her burgeoning fame, Hart's career would take an unexpected turn in the years to come. The role that defined her career, Where the Boys Are, 1960. In 1960, Dolores Hart reached new heights in her career with her starring role in Where the Boys Are. The film, which captured the spirit of the early 1960s, resonated with a generation of young people on the brink of societal change. Hart's performance was a perfect blend of sophistication and vulnerability, showcasing her unique ability to balance comedic timing with dramatic depth. The film's success solidified her position as one of Hollywood's most talented actresses, and she quickly became a beloved figure in both romantic comedies and dramatic roles. Her portrayal of a young woman navigating the complexities of love, youth, and growing up captivated audiences, earning her praise as one of the era's most promising stars. This film remains a defining moment in her Hollywood career, a time when her acting reached both critical and popular acclaim. Exploring deeper roles, Frances of Assisi, 1961. Building on her success, Dolores Hart took on a significantly more serious role in Frances of Assisi, 1961, where she portrayed Saint Clare of Assisi. This marked a shift from her earlier, lighter roles, demonstrating her versatility as an actress. The film required Hart to embody deep faith, inner strength, and devotion, qualities that she portrayed with grace and conviction. She also created a sketch of a statue of St. Francis during her time on set, revealing her deep engagement with the spiritual themes of the film. This period marked a pivotal moment in Hart's career, as she began to connect her artistic sensibilities with spiritual reflections. Her ability to portray such a powerful and contemplative role showcased her acting range and highlighted her growing interest in spirituality, which would eventually lead to her dramatic life change. The shift toward spirituality, entering the monastery. Despite her rising career in Hollywood, Dolores Hart made the extraordinary decision to leave the film industry in 1963. At the peak of her fame, she chose to enter the Abbey of Regina Laudis in Bethlehem, Connecticut, embracing a life devoted to spirituality and contemplation. This decision shocked both her colleagues and fans, as she had the world at her feet, but Hart felt a deep spiritual calling that transcended her career. Her choice to follow a path of prayer, service, and religious devotion was a rare act of courage in an industry driven by fame and worldly success. Her decision to leave Hollywood behind to pursue a religious life was a profound act of faith, reflecting her dedication to a higher purpose. It marked the beginning of a new chapter, one where Hart would find fulfillment in spiritual work rather than public acclaim. A leadership role in the Abbey of Regina Laudis. In 2001, Dolores Hart reached an important milestone in her religious life when she was named Prioress of the Abbey of Regina Laudis, a significant role within the Benedictine monastic community. As prioress, she took on substantial responsibilities, overseeing the daily operations of the abbey and guiding the spiritual growth of its members. This role required a combination of leadership, humility, and dedication to the monastic values of service, obedience, and stewardship. Under her leadership, the abbey not only thrived as a religious institution, but also became a center for cultural and artistic endeavors, where the sisters contributed to music, theater, and the arts. This reflected Hart's deep connection to the arts from her Hollywood days, showing how her past and present were intricately intertwined. Public Reflections and Breakfast with Mother Dolores Hart. Despite her commitment to a cloistered life, Dolores Hart occasionally returned to the public eye to share her remarkable journey. In 2008, she was invited to speak at a public event titled Breakfast with Mother Dolores Hart in Rochester, Michigan. The event, which was sponsored by the Holy Trinity Apostolate, brought together both laypeople and clergy to hear Hart's personal reflections on her spiritual journey. In her speech titled, "He led me out into an open space, he saved me because he loved me," Hart shared the profound experiences that led her to leave Hollywood and embrace the monastic life. Her speech was an intimate and deeply personal reflection, offering insight into the transformative nature of her calling. Through these public appearances, Hart allowed others to connect with her story and learn from her profound journey of faith and dedication. The documentary God is the Bigger Elvis. In 2011, Dolores Hart's extraordinary story was captured in the documentary God is the Bigger Elvis. The film, which earned an Academy Award nomination, explored her unique journey from Hollywood icon to devout nun. It introduced her inspiring story to a new generation, shedding light on her decision to leave a flourishing career for a life of religious devotion. The documentary portrayed Hart's journey as one of courage, faith, and authenticity, offering a powerful message about the pursuit of one's true calling. It highlighted not only her acting career, but also her deep commitment to her spiritual life and her work within the Abbey. Through this documentary, Hart's legacy was shared with the world, further cementing her place as a figure of deep spiritual integrity and personal strength. Opening up about Elvis Presley, a unique friendship. At the age of 86, Dolores Hart finally opened up about her relationship with Elvis Presley, a topic that had long been the subject of speculation. In her memoir and interviews, she clarified the nature of their bond, which had been misunderstood by many. Hart emphasized that their connection went beyond a simple Hollywood romance. It was a deep and meaningful friendship. While there was an undeniable attraction between them, what truly mattered was the emotional connection they shared. She described Elvis as a man who, despite his fame, had a kindness and depth of character that few ever saw. Their friendship was marked by mutual respect, understanding, and emotional support. Hart reflected on the playful, sensitive side of Elvis, revealing a man far removed from the public persona of the king of rock and roll. The impact of Elvis on Dolores Hart's life. In her reflections on Elvis Presley, Dolores Hart shared that their brief romantic history left a lasting impact on her life. She recounted how their connection had taught her valuable lessons about love, humor, and human connection. Elvis, she explained, had shown her that life could be both lighthearted and profound, a lesson that she carried with her long after they parted ways. In return, Hart's dignity and spiritual depth had a profound effect on Elvis, offering him a sense of stability and grace amidst the chaos of his public life. Hart emphasized that Elvis respected her faith and personal boundaries, understanding the importance of her spiritual journey. This mutual admiration and respect formed the foundation of their bond, which transcended the superficiality often associated with Hollywood relationships. A lasting tribute to Elvis Presley. Dolores Hart's reflections on Elvis Presley have allowed the world to see a different side of the man often remembered for his fame and charisma. Through her words, Hart has humanized the iconic figure, revealing a man capable of deep emotional connection and sensitivity. She expressed that she had waited decades to share her truth, not out of nostalgia or resentment, but because she felt it was important for people to know the real Elvis, a man of depth, humor, and warmth. Her insights into their friendship offer a rare glimpse into the private moments shared between two extraordinary individuals. For both Hart and Elvis, their connection was not defined by fame or public expectations, but by a deep and lasting respect for each other as people.